Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to another episode of The Vicar. I'm Reverend Mark Miller. I'm the Vicar of Stockton Parish Church. That's this place behind me. And I'm trying to answer the question, what does a vicar do all day? Today I'm going to show you around the church. I was asked a question. Tell us a little bit about your church. Show us where it is. Show us the rooms in the church and what goes on. So we're going to take a look around today. Stockton Parish Church is on the High Street of Stockton-on-Tees. And this man right here is Steve Mitchell. He is an amazing keyboard player, and today he's operating the computer. He is going to do something very important before he does that. He is going to go into my other office. There it is, directly across the road from the church. Stockton is the widest high street, I think, in all of Europe, certainly in the UK. There's the War Memorial. And there's Stockton Parish Church. I'm going to send the drone up, show you some pictures. This is the entrance porch. This church was built in 1712, and this porch was where the very first fire engine in the town was housed. Here's the view from the porch. So the band are rehearsing right now. This bit here is called the nave. This is where everybody sits. We sometimes call it the sanctuary. Here's our creche, where our little ones play during the service. But we also have this other room in here. It's called the vestry, and I guess in previous years this is where the clergy would put all their robes on. But we use it as a bit of a meeting room during the week, but also during the service it's another creche. We call it the noisy creche because the service is piped out on a TV, and we have a speaker up here so that families are still connected with what's going on. I'm not showing you toilets. You know what toilets look like. This is the youth room. We have this room here. You might have seen this in a previous episode. We have a lot of our meetings in here, but we call it the youth room. Look at this. Look at this. What's this? It's the Amen Lighthouse. Amen. Amen? Yeah, whatever. Here comes Steve, ready for action. Oh, Steve, you're the best! So the band have finished rehearsing. This is a stage. We actually don't call it a stage, we call it a platform. The idea is that a stage is something you perform on, and we're not really performing. Well, we're not performing, we are leading people in worship. There's Emily and Steve. Emily's leading our service, Steve's our worship leader this morning. And this is the office. I don't actually work in here. We have our operations coordinator who sits here, and often our treasurer sits over there, although he's just got a new job, so he's going to be moving on. This is where everything happens during the week, and it's where our printer is. And right now I'm having to print out a leaflet for this morning's service. Across the top of the church, this bit's called the chancel. Right, used to be where the choir would sit. And you can see the rest of the church in there. But we have this door here, which leads us to the hall. And the hall is where SPC Kids meets. And you can see they're all setting up in here for SPC Kids. We're decorating right now. As you can see, this green is incorrect. They mixed the wrong colour in the shop. This is the correct green. Hope you've enjoyed a little tour around the church building this morning. Let me finish by saying that although we call this building a church, and it is a church, the real church is the people behind. And wherever you are, it's the church in your area. Jesus, in Matthew's Gospel, he says to the Apostle Peter, he says, I'm going to build my church. And the problem is in English, we've used that word church to describe our buildings. And also the people. Really, we should be using it to describe the people. You don't go to church, you are the church. And so let me encourage you, wherever you are, if you're not already connected with a church, go and connect with a church. Maybe start with your local church. Find a place where you are welcomed. If you're in the Stockton area, you're really welcome to come down here. We'd love to see you and welcome you. But go to a church close to you, even in Stockton. There are so many amazing churches. The church belongs to Jesus. We happen to be serving in it and working in it. I work in it. The church makes a difference in the community around us. This morning we heard a message about the church being a beacon, and Stockton Parish Church, our strapline is to be a beacon for God's kingdom. Thanks for following along on this episode. If you've got a question about what Vicar does all day, leave it in the comments below on YouTube. Don't leave it on Facebook. Head across to YouTube, leave a comment below, and I'll answer it in another video. We'll see you again next week. Bye bye now. Well, whatever I say 9:30. I think I'm due to see Ruth at 10:30.
This is John.
Oh yes?
Email from follow-up to the...
That's hungry.
The email from
Bye.
Stockton takes a lot of pride in its high street, and some of the shops are really well decorated.